Hi first graders, so today we are going to work really slow and carefully to finish adding all of the color to our butterflies. You are going to have some worksheets that you can look at, and if you look really carefully, you might not have noticed those little white dots that we sometimes see along the butterfly. Now you don't have to add those in, it is up to you. You also want to look back and see if there's any white spots that you might have to just touch up. I also might want to add some parts where I could maybe fade colors together. So like in here, I might want to add some blue into that yellow, and I'm using the tip in those hard to reach areas. And then maybe I will get a little green because blue, green, and yellow, they're all close to each other on the color wheel. So they will create a nice fade. We only want to blend colors that are close to each other, not colors that are far away from each other on the color wheel. And when I color on top of the other color, it blends them together nicely. I'm gonna add a little bit more blue here. Then I'm just gonna go back in a few other spots and see where I can touch up some of those white areas. Last part I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the white to add a few little dots towards the bottom. Now this is going to take time. I'm just going to slowly dot. Some of my dots might come off at the bottom and not be like a complete circle. And if I did this everywhere, it's not going to be very special. So I'm actually not going to do it up top to the antennas. I'm only gonna do it to parts that I see, like that abdomen part and over here. And I'm going really slow, like drawing little circles. I'm not dotting it really fast, like crazy. I'm just drawing little circles. Some of them might come off the edge, just like that. Once you think you're finished, you can raise your hand. And then if I think you're finished, I will let you get a pair of scissors, and I'm going to show you how we can very neatly cut out our butterfly. So the next step will be cutting out our butterfly. We are going to leave a little bubble around our butterfly. So you should see a white bubble. If you are having trouble with this, just raise your hand and let me know. White bubble around your butterfly. And sometimes when the paper is really big, I like to cut some of it off so that I can get around to it a little bit better. So I'm going nice and slow, leaving my bubble. You should always see that white going around. Now when you get up to the antennas, that's going to be a little tricky. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut off from down here some of that paper. This way I can get a little closer to the antenna, but I still can leave my bubble. And I might have to move my scissors and meet over there. I can curve the edge. Still have my bubble even in the middle. And then when I'm finished, I'm gonna have to turn over my butterfly and make sure that I can still see my name. Okay, so you see there's a white bubble everywhere. I'm gonna turn it over and I can still see my name and my art code. If you can't, take a pencil and write that. Then you're going to throw your scraps out, put your oil pastels back in the correct bins, and you can get a white for your hands and table. Have fun.